Welcome back, Gothamites. If you're new here, hi. I'm London, aka History of the Batman. One of the most requested Batman characters that I've been asked to talk in depth about over the last year and a half, almost 2 years, is Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's character, the Batman Who Laughs. So if you want a detailed look into this character, or you have kind of seen him and maybe not have read the comics but like the look of him and you have no idea what he is he Batman? Is he Joker? Is he in regular continuity? Where is he from? How did this come to be? Is our Bruce Wayne actually the Batman Who Laughs? What? Any and all questions? This is the video for you. I hope. So for this video, we will be highlighting important moments and arcs that tell us everything we need to know about the Batman Who Laughs. And I will try to give you a reading order, so if you do want to check out this character more in depth at home, you can do so. And overall, try to understand why the Batman Who Laughs is such a fan favorite character now. It almost has a cult following because, I mean, I have to tell you, I think he looks awesome. And the first time I saw him before any of the books came out, I was so intrigued at what this means. What does he represent? Where did he come from? So that is what we are going to be diving into today. But before we go all crazy, especially with this guy, why don't you subscribe to this channel and become a part of this wonderful Gothamite community. Whether you like Batman or Joker or a good mix of both, we talk about it all here, all things Batman, so come join us. Before we actually do really talk about the Batman Who Laughs, I just wanted to throw out a fun fact, which I think is kind of cool. But the name The Batman Who Laughs is actually based off of visual inspirations for the creation of both characters, Batman and the Joker. For Batman, one of co-creator Bob Kane's inspirations for the visual look of the Batman is actually a 1926 film called The Bat. And for the Joker, Bob Kane, Bill Finger, and Jerry Robinson were all inspired by the 1928 silent film The Man Who Laughs, which starred Conrad Veidt. And his appearance in the film was the visual inspiration for the Joker, who debuted in 1940's Batman issue #1. So that's just a fun tidbit. While the Batman Who Laughs debuted in 2017's Dark Days: The Casting, which served as a prequel to Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's 6-issue arc Dark Knight's Metal, which issue 1 debuted a month after this prequel book. In order to understand how the Batman Who Laughs came to be and how he falls into this entire dark multiverse, which we will be discussing in a second, it's always best to start from the beginning. The Batman Who Laughs received his own one-shot graphic novel in January of 2018, which was written by James Tynion IV, who has contributed to many Batman publications from Batman Eternal to the intercompany crossover Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this book was illustrated by Raleigh Rossmo. So this one-shot graphic novel explored the horrific creation of the Batman Who Laughs, who is Bruce Wayne of Earth -22 of the Dark Multiverse. If you didn't understand that entire sentence that I just said, let me give you a quick Cliff's Notes about all of that. Like I discussed in last week's video about the top 10 best Batman Elseworld stories, most of those different interpretations of Batman actually reside on another Earth that is not the primary Earth or Bruce Wayne's Batman that is within mainstream regular continuity. For example, Doug Moench and Kelly Jones' Vampire Batman, the Batman that turns himself into a vampire to fight Dracula and then just wreaks havoc on Gotham being a bloodthirsty vampire, that particular Batman resides on Earth 43. And of course isn't the mainstream regular Batman that you read in the regular Batman and Detective Comics publications. So think of the Batman Who Laughs as just another Batman from a different Earth that is not the regular primary continuity Earth. He's just a different interpretation of the Dark Knight that we are used to. However, Earth -22, this particular Earth, along with the other Earths introduced in Dark Knight's Metal, all reside in the Dark Multiverse and not the regular DC Comics multiverse. So this Dark Multiverse, which was introduced by Scott Snyder in Dark Knight's Metal, is basically a shadowy multiverse that lies beneath the primary multiverse, that has such a destructive core that most of these Earths are doomed to survive from the start. Also, these particular dark Earths are negative mirror images of the regular Earths within the normal DC Comics multiverse. For example, since we're talking about the Bruce Wayne of Earth -22, that negative is very important because that negative signifies that it is part of the Dark Multiverse, and then Earth 22 is part of DC Comics' regular multiverse. That Earth 22, was introduced in 2015's Multiversity by Grant Morrison. Now, if you want to be confused, read Grant Morrison's Multiversity. It is outstanding, but it can really confuse you. If you're interested in like learning about Multiversity and how that breaks down and trying to understand it, I could totally do a whole video about that because I love that kind of stuff. I love the multiverse. I really do. It is an awesome concept. Anyway, tangent, sorry. But anyway, Earth 22 is more or less a positive mirror image of Earth -22. And with each Earth that mirrors one another, they both share something similar. Earth 22 and Earth -22 both experience horrible tragedies, like worse than other things, worse than normal things. And that is exactly what happens on Earth -22, and that's how we get to this particular Bruce Wayne. I hope somehow that kind of, if you have no idea about the multiverse, if that's just not your thing, if you're like, I don't know what that means, maybe you watch the CW shows and they did a whole Elseworld series. And I love those shows only because they explain the multiverse and different Earths and worlds very well, especially for people who don't read comics, have no idea about this stuff. I think they presented that really well. Let's get back to the Batman Who Laughs, since now you know what the Dark Multiverse is and where he is from. So we know that the Batman Who Laughs is the Bruce Wayne of a particular Earth that is within the Dark Multiverse. In the one shot, The Batman Who Laughs, on Earth -22, the Joker has lost any and all sanity. I know there's not a lot there, like, if it was like he's 98% crazy and there's like a 2% sanity somewhere in there, that 2% is just, it's gone. So he is just purely insane and just starts doing even worse things, shocker, than he usually does. And at one point, he starts killing parents of kids right in front of their eyes in Crime Alley of all places, and makes Batman watch. And after all of the parents are dead, he pretty much Jokerizes the kids. He turned all these now orphan children into little Jokers, and now they're running around the city burning stuff and killing and just becoming little monsters. Batman is so fed up that Batman actually breaks the Joker's neck and kills him because he's like, there's no way I can stop him with my usual no killing, but I'm gonna apprehend you because we're done with that. But once he kills him, this gas kind of seeps out of his body, and for some reason it kind of envelops Batman, and that's where everything just turns horrible. Apparently this gas comes from the chemicals that Joker has within his body that has made him Joker. Pretty much have become some type of gas and has a specific enzyme within his body, and when he died it came out of his body, and whoever inhales the gas or comes in contact with it will basically become the Joker. After Batman kills the Joker, he actually sits and talks with Superman saying, you know, this is just a one-time thing. I don't kill people. That is so not my deal. It'll be fine. But then you can kind of see that Batman is actually turning into Joker, but still has the same intelligence and peak physical perfection and martial arts skills, everything that Bruce Wayne's Batman still has. However, he is becoming Joker and literally has no moral compass. He is an immoral being, just like the Joker was. So think about it. You're combining Bruce Wayne's Batman, who was one of the best people within the DC universe, multiverse, and then you have the Joker, who's one of the most dangerous and criminally insane people within the DC multiverse, and you're combining them to be one person. That is horrifying. When Bruce Wayne's Batman is realizing, you know what, I'm going through this change of becoming Joker, he knows that his allies in the Batman family, his allies in the Justice League, anyone that he's close with will soon to realize He's becoming a bad guy and we have to stop him. So before they do that, Bruce was like, I'm just gonna handle you guys right now. Not only does he kill the Batman family within the Batcave, so we're talking about Barbara Gordon's Batgirl, Dick Grayson's Nightwing, Tim Drake's Red Robin, and Jason Todd's Red Hood. He just guns them down in the Batcave. Like, it is a bloodbath. I remember first reading it when it first came out, and I had to stop right after I saw that page because I could not believe this is what we're doing. So not only does he kill the Batman family, but then he goes and kills the Justice League. He just annihilates everybody. And he leaves Superman for last. So Bruce Wayne comes and he... Now, he didn't kill Damian Wayne, who's not only his biological son, but he's also the current Robin. He Jokerized him so he could be his Joker sidekick. And then he has other kids, like the Jokerized kids, and he has them all kind of like his little Dark Robin army. It's insane. Bruce Wayne and the Dark Robins go and see Superman, who's with his son and his father, and... And one of the weapons that this Bruce Wayne has is this black kryptonite. Now, apparently, when Kryptonians, which Superman is a Kryptonian, are exposed to this black kryptonite, they go insane and they kill everybody, like everybody, before they die themselves. So who does Superman and his son kill? Lois Lane. And after they kill Lois Lane, they die. That's so dark. After Bruce does this to Clark and he exposes him to the kryptonite, he fully transforms into what he now calls himself as the Batman Who Laughs. He's gone full on this Batman Joker hybrid. After they've pretty much taken out the entire Justice League, including Superman, who, come on, he's the most powerful, they just start killing everyone else on this earth. Literally, they kill everybody. Men, women, children, everybody, until it's literally just the Batman Who Laughs and his Dark Robins left. Now we're on to the next phase. The Batman Who Laughs actually met within Earth -22 by the Bat God, this powerful being called Barbados. I'm calling it Barbados. It looks like Barbados, but I know that's not how you pronounce it. It can't be. Like, it can't be, right? So I'm calling it Barbados. If that is the incorrect pronunciation, I'm sorry, but I can't call it Barbados. This Bat God being Barbados, he comes to the Batman Who Laughs and says that his goal is to not only take over the Dark Multiverse, because he really is the big being that is the main power within the Dark Multiverse, but he now wants to take that power and take over the primary multiverse, where our regular Bruce Wayne Batman is. He's like, I want to get all the different Batmen on all the different Earths within the Bat Multiverse, bring all of you together, including the Batman Who Laughs, and take over the primary multiverse. And Batman Who Laughs is like, okay, I am down because I am just a destructive being and why not, you know? This plan that Barbados has, along with the Batman Who Laughs and the Batman taking over the primary multiverse, is the basic plot for Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's 6-issue series, Dark Knight's Metal. The Batman Who Laughs, after hearing about this plan, travels to different Earths within the Dark Multiverse and gets the different Batman that would be great for taking over the multiverse. And these are the different Batmen. Bruce Wayne of Earth -32, who possesses the Green Lantern ring and calls himself the Dawnbreaker. Bryce Wayne of Earth -11, who takes over the Atlanteans and calls herself the Drowned. Bruce Wayne of Earth -1, who has infected himself with the Doomsday virus in order to fight and defeat Superman and calls himself the Devastator. Bruce Wayne of Earth -52, who has the power of the Flash's Speed Force and calls himself the Red Death. Bruce Wayne of Earth -44, who uses a cyborg-developed AI called the Alfred Protocol and calls himself the Murder Machine. And Bruce Wayne of Earth -12, who wears a helmet that possesses the power of Ares and calls himself the Merciless. So all 7 of these Batmen, including the Batman Who Laughs and Barbados, travels to the Prime Multiverse and starts wreaking havoc. And each of the Batmen go to their kind of connected Justice League member, because if you see that all the Batmen are tied to a person, the Ares one is tied to Wonder Woman, the Cyborg one is tied to Cyborg, the Speed Force one's tied to Flash, the Doomsday one's tied to Superman, and so on and so forth. So they all go to their respective Justice League within their cities, and the Batman Who Laughs, of course, is in Gotham City. And one of the things that the Batman Who Laughs does is that he goes to Arkham Asylum and he breaks out everyone out of the asylum, and he has these kind of dark matter cards that can alternate reality with the different metals that they have on the Dark Multiverse. So he gives these cards to different Batman rogues, from Poison Ivy to Mad Hatter to the Riddler, and they all can use these to take over certain parts of the city with these cards. So it's rough. Teams such as Teen Titans and the Suicide Squad are trying to stop this madness, but most of them kind of don't make it, and they actually become Jokerized versions of themselves, and only a handful of heroes, from the regular Robin to Harley Quinn, they are within this group called the Resistance, and they have to go up against the Batman Who Laughs, which just doesn't end super well. So as the Batman Who Laughs and Barbados are about to be victorious and seize their plan coming into fruition, which is basically combining the Over-Monitor and the Anti-Monitor's brain power, not just eliminate the Prime Earth, but the Dark Multiverse as well, because who cares? Everyone should just die, right? Like, that's what we're doing. Just complete annihilation of everything, because they're just that evil of beings. The Batman Who Laughs at this point in this book becomes defeated, and I give quotations for a reason, when Prime Earth's Batman and Prime Earth's Joker actually team up together, because Batman's like, who else is going to know the twisted mind of the Batman Who Laughs than the Joker himself, which ultimately is Bruce Wayne of Earth -22's downfall, because Joker even approaches him and tells him, this is your one weakness, that you think like Bruce Wayne. And you may have thought that you figured out all of the different scenarios that can happen while fighting this Batman, but you left out one thing, because this Batman on a regular day would never ever team up with me. He would never team up with the Joker, his arch nemesis, his greatest enemy of all time. Why would he do that? And it did actually throw the Batman Who Laughed off guard. Joker kind of fought him and won, which craziness. And then of course the end of Dark Knight's Metal actually sees the remaining Justice League members actually fight Barbados and win, and make sure that he doesn't take over the Prime Earth, and they kind of put him back on the Dark Multiverse, and it's fine. Now, I'm sure you're like, I want to know more about Dark Knight's Metal, like the actual details, like way more than just focusing on the Batman Who Laughs. So if you do want to do that, let me know. Like, tweet me, comment, Instagram, wherever, and say, I want to know like a super in-depth like breakdown of Dark Knight's Metal, and I want to know more about the other Batman from the different Earths within the Dark Multiverse, because they're all really cool. They all have really awesome, kind of dark origin stories. So I would be down to actually do a video solely talking about issue by issue, all the tie-ins, all of that. I would love to do that. So if you are interested in that, let me know, because if you guys tell me, then I'll do it. After the conclusion of Dark Knight's Metal, the Batman Who Laughs character has this like cult following now. Everyone loves the design. Everyone loves the fact that it's Batman and Joker somehow together. They just love the dark concept of this figure. I remember last year's LA Comic-Con back in October, I did a main stage panel with Greg Capullo, who was the artist along with Scott Snyder, who created the Batman Who Laughs, who was the artist on Dark Knight's Metal, the core issue. One of my questions obviously was asking about how they thought of the look of the Batman Who Laughs and how that came to be. And literally when I mentioned the Batman Who Laughs, the audience was like, woo! They were so excited. I mean, for some reason, that is such a popular character right now. And if you want to see the entire panel with Greg Capullo, I'll put that in the description below, because it was really fun. He's really awesome, and he just is passionate about his work. And I say this a lot, like when I talk to a voice actor, an artist, or a writer, and they just love what they do, that makes me love their work even more. But anyway, well, not just those people in the audience, but so many people loved The Batman Who Laughs so much that Scott Snyder and artist Jacques actually put out, which is still going on right now, a limited series that's just all about The Batman Who Laughs and his encounter with our regular primary Earth Batman in the current continuity right now, which dope. The main plot of this series, which it is a 6-issue series, but they're actually adding a 7th issue that I'll talk about in a second. But so far, 5 issues have come out. Is that the Batman Who Laughs is teaming up with the Grim Knight, which is an alternate version of Bruce Wayne's Batman, like all the ones that we've seen on different Earths in Dark Multiverse. And he is the same as Bruce Wayne's Batman, but he has tons of weapons and is very, very, very lethal. And apparently, this is because when young Bruce Wayne witnesses Thomas and Martha Wayne, his parents, being gunned down by Joe Chill, that Bruce actually takes Joe Chill's gun and shoots him. And ever since, he has just been like a gun-toting Batman. Crazy. Batman Who Laughs sees this Grim Knight who comes to the regular Earth and just starts killing people left and right. Ridiculous. And he's like, I like your style. We should team up and take out this Batman on this primary Earth because screw him. So after the Batman Who Laughs and the Grim Knight team up, Batman's like, I need to figure out a way to take him out, and who better to ask how to do this than, of course, the Joker. So he asks for his help, and the Joker says the only way, after experiencing fighting him in the Dark Knight's Metal and different things like that, he's like, the only way that you can defeat the Batman Who Laughs is to become like him. And Joker, in the Batcave, tries to commit suicide. And because of that, the same gas that seeped out of the Joker of Earth -22 leaves his body, and Bruce, he didn't want to, but it kind of envelops Batman. And it's not the same as the Batman Who Laughs, because right after that, within the Batcave, Bruce takes every cure from Joker's venom and everything and takes it so the gas doesn't make him just this crazy being like the Batman Who Laughs. And while it did slow down the process of him turning into this weird Jokerized Batman, he can still kind of feel the effects of it. It's just at a very, very, very slow rate. So he has not just turned completely Batman Who Laughs 2.0 of Primary Earth, you know? So during this time, Primary Earth Batman and Primary Earth Jim Gordon are working together along with Joker, who didn't die. He's just kind of in a comatose state right now. Even Alfred, in that issue where Joker tries to kill himself, Alfred's like, just let it go. Let him die. Like, is that gonna be the worst thing ever? They all have to team up together to try to defeat the Batman Who Laughs and the Grim Knight, who apparently are going around and killing different Bruce Waynes in different alternate universes to kind of give Batman the sign that, like, you're next. This Bruce Wayne, we're taking you out. It's very fun and very bloody, and it's kind of a good ride right now, I'm not gonna lie. And especially the interaction that the Batman Who Laughs has with this Earth's Batman, and him saying that, like, I am you and you are me, and like, you're the reason why I'm here, you're the reason why I'm like this, you're like, it's you. And it's a very kind of psychological game that the Batman Who Laughs plays. And if you think about it, the Joker does the same thing with Batman, the regular Joker and the regular Batman. But this is like, you don't even just have Joker's manipulation, but you also have Bruce Wayne's brilliance and tactics. And when you put them together, what? As I said, at this point of filming this video, issue number 5 of The Batman Who Laughs Volume 2 just came out like May 11th, so it's been out for a couple of weeks. Issue number 6 will be out June 12th. Actually, they recently announced, Scott Snyder, he said, you know what, we're gonna give you guys a bonus issue, because the series was only supposed to last for 6 issues, so we're actually supposed to be almost done with it in a month. But now they've added a 7th issue, which I have no idea what they're doing actually. It's like, surprise, I don't know, but I'm excited to read it. And that will be released July 31st. And they did that literally because you guys just love this character so much. But like, why? After reading a couple of interviews that Scott Snyder has given to different outlets, including The Hollywood Reporter, right before they released this Volume 2 Batman Who Laughs book, what he kind of says about this character and why they wanted to give more of a background and story and give more fuel to this Batman Who Laughs character is actually very interesting and makes a whole lot of sense. So Snyder says, we wanted to drive home the idea that he isn't the Joker. He's not the Joker wearing a Batman suit. He's the strategic, level-headed, clear-eyed Bruce Wayne, devoid of any kind of moral compass. His only concern is to survive. He's an apex predator, and in that way, he's the most terrifying character. And you know what? He is absolutely right. Because like I said earlier, I know people are like, I don't know who Batman Who Laughs is. Is it Bruce Wayne? Is it the Joker? I'm not really sure. But we now know that the Batman Who Laughs is a Bruce Wayne from a different dark Earth. And he has pretty much taken up the moral compass of the Joker, who we know is one of the most sadistic beings within the entire DC universe. So combining the Joker's sadistic self along with Bruce Wayne's strategic and brilliant mind and combining them together, he isn't a moral being, but he has planned everything out. He is a brilliant sadistic guy, which is horrible for anyone going up against him. And he is one of the most lethal people within the universe now. And that is horrifying. And obviously that is very hard for Batman to go up against, for Joker to go up against, for anyone to go up against. You can tell why this character is not just a fascinating character to look at, but why he is one of the most brilliantly made modern Batman figures that we've seen in decades. Obviously, the three main books or arcs that you should check out if you really want to learn more about the Batman Who Laughs is obviously the Dark Knight's Metal series, which is the 6-issue core series. And if you do want to read the tie-ins and things like that, especially Teen Titans and Suicide Squad and Justice League, where the Batman Who Laughs actually has a big role in it, definitely read those. Definitely read the one-shot, The Batman Who Laughs, that is a tie-in to Dark Knight's Metal that gives the origin story that we discussed in this video. And also pick up the current Batman Who Laughs series right now. 5 issues are out. Next month, the 6th issue and the bonus issue number 7 will be out in July. So if you really do want to dive in, read those issues. And then the Batman Who Laughs has popped up in different books, from Doomsday to just different books. So, but I definitely recommend those 3 main arcs or one-shots if you do want to check out this character and learn more of why he is now a cult favorite almost. And I get it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about everything that you need to know about the Batman Who Laughs. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a bat thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Batman Who Laughs, and if there is another character, doesn't have to be a villain, but any Batman family, villain, any character that you want a video that is everything you need to know about, insert. Let me know which character you guys would like to see, and I'll do a video about it. Ooh, I cannot wait. I'm sorry. This is literally my mind. I cannot wait until they put the Batman Who Laughs in animation. That is going to be the sickest thing that I have seen in a while. Like, if they make a Dark Knight's Metal movie, like the animated one, holy crap, that would be so dope. Okay. Right? I'm sorry. That would be so cool. Anyway, so if there is another character that you want like a history of, a complete history of, everything you need to know about, let me know. I'll do it. I'm here. As always, all of my social media is linked in the description below, including Instagram at History of the Batman. So why don't you give it a follow and become a Gothamite? Check out my videos for DC Comics DC Fans channel. And of course, please subscribe to this channel so you can become a part of this Batman community. It would mean so much to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will have more History of the Batman soon right here on YouTube. Remember, Gothamites, all about peace, love, and Batman. Bye.